Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. This time around, we're on the North American servers, I do believe. I could be wrong though, but I thought last I checked, it was on the North American servers. So, let's go over the teams quickly, shall we, as I finally found a game in which someone was brave enough to go for a support Xerath. I really wanted to see someone do it well. I tried it before many times, well, only twice because I failed quite hard, and I do believe that he has the potential to be at least somewhat relevant. We've seen like support, well, I would say Valkos as well, and Rated did it once. And I must say, Xerath should be a better pick than a Valkos, so why not go for Xerath? Well, we'll see. Xerath supporting the Tristana. She will be the AD carry for blue team. Jungling will be Jarvan, who is still in his base, so I do hope he will connect soon, or at least not AFK for too long. As for a jungler, you need to be there on time to get your buffs going, or else you'll be, well, slowing down your own jungle, and that wouldn't be smart. Well, he's finally in game. So, hi Jarvan. You better start running, but he'll make it in time. Then Syndra will be the mid laner, protecting the red buff for now, as it is being slightly invaded. Well, the jungle side, but they're gone anyway. And then a top Nidalee. I also haven't casted the new Nidalee yet, so this should be good for me, because I will learn something out of it as well, as I am still trying to get the new Nidalee going, as, of course, being a huge fan of the old Nidalee, I need to do a lot of tricks to adapt. But for now she's using not really the same build as I am. I think she's going for a pure AD Nidalee, but we'll see. She's hurting the Akali, who will be red team's top laner, so Nidalee normally had issues against Akali early in the game, but now that Nidalee has been reworked, she has kitty form to just deal with Akali whenever she pleases, and as you can see, it's the other way around. Akali can now not do anything at all to Nidalee. Of course, in the early levels, even the old Nidalee was stronger than Akali, but the minute Akali was level 6, you are dead. Bottom lane will be a Morgana, supporting a Corki, who has been a fairly popular pick as well in the solo queues. His amount of ability power damage and attack damage is going through the roof once he has his items going. An early Trinity Force can really shut down your entire game if you let Corki go on a roll. Red team won the level 2 race, and blue team trying to turn it around, and they are actually succeeding. There are a lot of damage coming through onto the Morgana, who dodges into a bush. There's no ward in it for the Tristana, so now it's Corki trying to turn this around. Heal being burned by Tristana. Arcana Pulse coming through, a miss, but a stun will land for the Xerath once more. Flash for the final auto attack, a first blood for Xerath, and he's not done yet. You go, girl, you go and make my supporting day a true dream. A double kill for Xerath with the stun in the end, and oh my, Tristana almost dying there in the end, but in the end it worked out regardless. So I was going to go over red team as an intense fight went out. Oh my, flash stun with the kill there. Will this be enough? It probably will. Flash by Akali, who will now get a quick kill onto the Nidalee. Being a little bit overzealous, but that's what you do with a Nidalee. When the Q lands, you pounce on them. I was going to do the song, but then I thought, no, Nightspectre, don't do the song. So Elise, as you could have seen, is a jungler for red team, and the non-silencing LeBlanc will be the mid laner. So yeah, she'll have some issues against Syndra. Syndra, of course, is one of the most played mid laners in solo queue nowadays, so good luck with that. She has great harass onto your face. Meta shifts. Don't you love it? Well, it's hard for the casters. You can count on that. Well, it's also hard for the pro players, of course. Well, for everyone, you need to adapt. Though some people who like to play certain champions get away with it. Elise, trying to go for a gank, gets stunned immediately. However, a great snap by LeBlanc will make it so that Elise can jump through. But guess who's here? It's Jarvan, baby! And he will... well, I hope he'll get someone out of it, because everyone is surviving an auto attack onto the Elise for now. As we achieve that our support Xerath is still able to Arcana Pulse. Jarvan coming through, going closer to the LeBlanc, who is still able to use a distortion, I believe. And I was correct, so great kill there by... did I call him Misfortune or LeBlanc? I do hope I said LeBlanc. Maybe it's because I say distortion and it sounds a little bit the same as misfortune. And the poke, of course. I should try support Xerath again. I'm going to fail hard, don't get me wrong, but if you are able to land those stuns, you are quite a decent support. My god, Nidalee does not care for your invisibility, girl. She can already go back into Cougar. One more Q will do! As that's a quick kill. That's the new Nidalee for you. Don't get hit by her hunter's thingy, by her abilities, or else she'll just murder you. Murder you insanely. Even Akali knew that it was going to be a full AD Nidalee, so she already went for some Seeker's Arm Guard action, and she wasn't able to turn it around at all. She does run teleport, which means she's a little bit weaker in the game. And it is an, oh, nice stun once more, followed up by a slow. The stun from Elise will not land. A quick ward being placed down by Corki, who still needs to be relatively careful. Because, well, let's say Xerath you're fighting, he can still fight you from afar with the Arcano Pulse. So the bottom lane is going to recall. Elise will hold the fort for now, as Tristana and Xerath are trying to push their advantage. And a little kiss from LeBlanc there onto Syndra. So people are starting to turn level 6. Of course it is of no effect for Nidalee. She'll be a little bit stronger of course now that she has an improved kitty form, but other than that her ult is not that meaningful. The eyes will be more at the Akali, the Syndra and the LeBlanc. LeBlanc level 6 and has a double buff from the Jarvan as well. I didn't even realize that. That's pretty huge. She'll be able to at least try and win her lane for now. Akali still not level 6, forced to use Twilight Shroud in that situation and isn't even able to trade from up close. That's not a good sign. The only thing Nidalee has is 2 Doran's Blades and it's already too much to contain, even with a Seeker's Arm Guard. But yeah, it's a strong laner, Nidalee nowadays. It's really hard to fight against. However, does that mean she is viable? Well, you can use her as a split pusher. That's always something viable about her. If you have a strong laner, then keep in her lane and split push all day. Is it viable in team fights? Not really. If a Nidalee lands a Q and jumps in, she can't really initiate. She's still a fairly squishy champion. Of course, you can change that by building fairly tanky, so we'll see about that. We'll see how Nidalee will do. Of course, I shouldn't be rooting for Xerath's team because I really want Xerath to do well as a underdog support. But, you know, if it's against the Nidalee top, then I might say no. I'm going to support for red team as well because Akali has the harder lane. But it all depends. It's only a 2000 gold lead for blue team. It could go either way for now. Blue buff going to get taken by Jarvan and he is not going to give it to Syndra apparently. Which is going to hurt her a little bit. But considering she is fighting, there was a lot of pings going down so I was a little bit distracted. But considering Syndra is fighting against LeBlanc, he might say no, he's going to die many times. So I'm not going to give a blue. Then again, it's Jarvan that gave the blue buff to the LeBlanc earlier in the game, so I'm not sure why he would go for it. To be fair, the mana costs of Jarvan are pretty ridiculous early on in the game. Oh my, Akali going for a gank on the bottom lane. That's quite risky. If it doesn't pay out, she will have wasted so much time. And according to Dynamic Camera, the action is where the Nidalee is, who is able to land her Hunter's Mark. Is she going to go and pounce into the action? With Jarvan in her rear, she decides not to go for it. So yeah, that's a great play by Xerath again. Slowing down the recall time of Akali. She has wasted a lot of time there. Of course, she was being a little bit scared because she was losing her lane against a Nidalee. And as an Akali, you need to get rolling. So you need to get your ganks on. Then wouldn't it be smarter to go in the mid lane where it's easier to roam? Yes, but against an Akali, against a Syndra is even harder. So, well, it's not harder than Nidalee, but it's still hard, so you won't gain anything out of it. Elise is able to go toe-to-toe against this Nidalee though, almost able to land a stun. In the end, doesn't succeed. And Nidalee, wisely enough, went for a Hex Drinker. So yeah, it's a full-on AD tanky Nidalee, bruiser Nidalee. Which is a pity. I really wanted to see at least a hybrid form of Nidalee, but yeah, with the changes it is just wiser to go for attack damage, I suppose. Or hybrid bruiser. Oh my, that's a Hunter Mark landing. Pounds coming through all the way down to downtown. One more Hunter Mark coming through. Another Pounds. And that is a kill for Nidalee after the flash from the Elise went off. So, weird. Normally the takedown from Nidalee isn't all that fast. Tristana showing that she is not a mid-game carry, but able to force away the Corki regardless. Nidalee with a red buff should be able to out-damage, well, not when there's a LeBlanc out here. LeBlanc, is she going to land the snare? She is able to do it! Is going to tank the turret in the process though. Nidalee with the Hex Drinker able to survive a lot of damage. She's going to ignite the LeBlanc and get the kill. Akali even in a bad position as well, gets the double kill onto her face, as well as a dragon for blue team. This is horrible! Horrible for red team. Oh my god, a red buff Nidalee, how strong is it? Well, if you're able to land all of your spears, then you can just pounce all the way to, well, the end of the world, really. They want to gank onto Corki, instead they're going to get an Akali onto their faces. Corki Valkyrieing in to be a little bit more aggressive, but guess what? There's a Jarvan. Anti-teleport isn't even being used by Akali, it was a bait. Well, that was close. But a nice kill by Tristana nevertheless. This is looking bleak, very bleak for red team. I'm trying to think what they can do, but other than that, they're just so far behind at 11 minutes that what can you do? Turtle? Turtle at 11 minutes? There's no difference between laning and turtling at this point of the game. Picking off champions isn't working either, because blue team has entire control over your jungle. As to, oh no, your distortion fails. Oh, poor LeBlanc is going to get hit by the stun of Xerath as an Arcano Pulse is coming through. Morgana trying to do what's best for the team, but she gets melted before the stun even goes down. Hunter's Mark is more than Nidalee needs, so she is unstoppable onto the Akali. So yeah, a 7,000 gold lead for blue team at 12 minutes. That's rough. That's very rough. That means that Nidalee can just continue split pushing all she wants. She's going for a Trinity Force, which of course works wonders on her takedown. So she'll be even stronger. She'll be even faster, harder, better, faster, stronger. Of course the Sheen items are now pretty much the standard items to go for on a Nidalee. If you want to go AP, you go for a Ledgebane. If you need to be relatively tanky, you go for the Iceborne. And if you can just be ahead and want to do a lot of damage, then you go for Trinity Force. If you want to be an AD Nidalee. So, trying to think what red team can do at this point, but I think it's just snowballed beyond control, to be honest. They can try and pick off champions. They do have a great pick comp. As you can see right about now, they are going to try and put it in effect. Nice stun coming through by the Syndra, who is going to try and turn it around, which she is able to do. Syndras can burst someone down from hero to zero, but it didn't work out. She went for a... oh my, oh my! And Xerath has his ultimate, so he could have gone for the kill. Too bad, of course, that the... oh my, she's standing next to Ward. Xerath, he wants to go for it, but Corki is zoning him out. Will he be able to shoot? He will! And he gets the kill! Damn! How unlucky can you be? Oh my, that Ward. That Xerath support play. Oh, I'm going to try him first thing tomorrow. If I have a video of him, you know how it went. And that is going to be... well, Xerath with the Arcano Pulse! Missed! Another dodge! Stun barely missing as well! Xerath will have one more Arcano Pulse to go. Well, he goes for an auto attack. Arcano Pulse will land! An unstoppable support Xerath, everybody. And an Elise jumping onto his face together with an Akali. So yeah, that'll be the end of that. It is still a Xerath after all. Will Akali use Shadow Dances to get closer to Tristana? Well, she tried. In the end it didn't work though, as Nidalee got another kill onto the Corki. And guess what? The Q landed. She gets baited in the tower immediately. And well, that damage coming down from Nidalee is more than enough to make everyone cry. It's a kill for Syndra in the end. And a tower for blue team as well. You are way too... if that spear were to land, then that would have been a dead Elise. But in the end, it's going to be a dead everybody. Red buff should be enough, surely. One more auto attack will do, but a shutdown finally for Akali. She's level 8, Nidalee is level 12. So that'll be a lot of money coming into the pockets of Akali because of that kill, but will it be enough? She has a Hextech Revolver and a Seeker's Arm Guard. So she is very, very, very depleted. Even Syndra, or one-shot McGee. Oh no, Syndra is doing great. She's on blue team's side, but is she going to get Corki? She needs to land her spheres. Well, Scatter the Weak almost did it, but a little bit too greedy on my personal part. Now Akali is... Oh. Yeah, hi, I'm Jarvan. I'm a level higher than you. That's a nice juke into the Tristana. She can still jump. Doesn't matter if she gets chained or not. And a quick kill with the Buster Shot in the end. So, yeah, Red Team was doing a good job at getting picks off. But Blue Team is doing the same, so in the end it's going to get... Oh my god, that was a great binding coming down from the Morgana, but in the end it will cost her a life. Nidalee pouncing over the wall, as well as Tristana, but Nidalee was just a tad bit quicker there, girl. Too bad, I'm not even getting an assist there. 16 minutes into the game and we're reaching a 10,000 gold lead. One more tower is all that's required, and when those minions are there, this tower will go down. Dragon will be up in 30 minutes as well, so it will give an even bigger gold lead. Nidalee thinks she can carry it all. Well, you're still a Nidalee girl, you're one of the squishiest champion. Well, never mind, big heals coming through, the big bucks going down. Akali going for the finisher will succeed with her Q. But in the end, it's going to be Xerath making the dance moves onto Akali. One more needs to land, he aced it! Great shot, Xerath, what a shutdown, that was amazing. Oh, I really want to try it out, but I'm going to fail so hard at it. Black Shield being forced by Morgana. If she didn't do it, she would have died, because the slow of Xerath would have been more than enough for the rest of Blue Team to come through. Tristana wants to go hard, but went a little bit too hard. Gets shut down in the process. Balls are flying onto Corki's face. He's forced to flash as well, as the inhibitor turret will go down at 17 minutes. And it's not over yet, as Blue Team overextends, question marks again. But the damage that Syndra is able to do might be enough to force Akali away. She does have a Mark of the Assassin onto the Jarvan, but she's just a tad too late. The Mark of the Assassin was gone already. Elise now wants to use his Venomous Bite onto the Jarvan, but he was too far away. Will enter Cocoon, Binding followed straight after, and this is the pick comp in action. Nidalee, the Q lands, she goes for the quick kill, will pounce for one, gets a reset on her pounce once more. Another Hunter's Mark lands, one more auto attack would have been enough, but she can't transform into a human form fast enough and is forced to at least wait until she can get another kill. She doesn't have flash, she does have ignite, is able to land her Q, want to be able to jump close enough. Akali wants to go for the kill, gets the minion kill, so her pounce was resetted, is able to take a lot of damage from Akali, to be fair, so she might be able to still do this. She's going for one, gets another with the help of Xerath. And well, that's an inhibitor going down. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Can Blue Team finish this game before the Red Team can even surrender? Well, according to the wave clear of Corki, that's a no-no. Nidalee able to land a spear onto Corki, doing some amazing damage as well, to be fair. But other than that, I do believe that Blue Team is being forced away here. They are going to recall for now. Xerath is not in such a good position. Elise going to jump in. Corki going to die. No, there's no explosive shot being shot by Tristana. If you don't have explosive shot, do not jump in. Oh my, that was a lot of damage coming through. But Morgana was able to slow the Syndra, who wants to throw a ball onto the Akali and gets a double kill for it. But it is going to be the LeBlanc who gets the kill in the end. So yeah, it helps a little bit. All the small things could help Red Team getting into this game, question mark, but they need to get a lot of picks going, and there's already super minions pushing towards their base, which are very strong this early in the game. They'll have to need to get one guy over there at all times. Nidalee, being cheeky, went for the enemy's blue buff. And has some lifesteal as well, just to get some more sustain going. Has a Trinity Force completed, so maybe she is able to get all three of them. If she's able to jump the wall, she fails. Corki going for a quick kill onto her face, but almost. Nidalee was able to turn it around onto the Akali. Not enough damage though. I do believe Twilight Shroud was still in play, though probably not. The extra armor and magic resisted gives would have been maybe what saved her. Then again, it's a character. They all have their survivability stats. Well, there's the surprise. The pick-com gets picked to pieces as Javan gets himself a double kill. Well, great play indeed. They have full map control, of course, blue team, so I can't really blame red team for getting picked all the time, but they should turtle. They should have turtled hard, and if they wanted to go for a pick, go to a place where you know the enemy will come, but they're not there yet, and then go for a surprise kill. However, just look at how fast blue team is able to clear this. They aren't even that long dead. It's still this early in the game. That's a stun onto Akali, followed up by a stun. She wasn't even visible and she died. Dear God. Well, that's skill shots for you on the plus side. Oh my, binding landing there, but there is no damage follow-up. Corki is trying though. He's going to Valkyrie and is not able to land the big one though. So instead he's going to try and get the kill onto the Xerath, but he's unable to succeed. A kill by Tristana onto the Spider Queen as well, as this is probably going to be game for blue team. GG all the game through. LeBlanc trying to get some action and will not be able to pop her sigil of... Well, it's no longer called a sigil of silence, right? Because it doesn't silence anymore. But then what did they call it? Come on, let me see LeBlanc, please. Oh my, I crashed the game. Well, I'm sorry guys, we couldn't see the end. I crashed it. So enjoy your black screen. I feel so silly. Ah well. It was quite a certainty that blue team was going to win. I hope we didn't miss any funny stuff in the end anymore. And now I don't know whether or not Sigil of Silence had his name changed. Regardless, I do hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I'll do it. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.